we're going to go ahead and jump into assignment 2, the fake gradebook. So some of the feedback we've received from other courses is it might be kind of fun to build a gradebook. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and I'm just going to go ahead and work down these steps. So we're going to get the percent for each student on each assignment, add 2 columns to the right of the last name, call them percent and totals, use the sum function to get the total points for all rows. We're going to get the percent for each student by dividing their total points by the total points possible, which will be in row 2. And we're going to make sure to change the number format to percent. So let's go ahead and jump on in. So I'm going to click on Fake Gradebook. Right? So the first thing I'm going to do, get the percent for each student on each assignment. So I actually gave you this formula right here. Okay? So notice, remember the last time, or with the last assignment, we have a couple of things that's looking at. This is going to look at how many points each person received divided by the total points possible. And I put those up here, total points possible. Now we want to make sure that our total points possible has that dollar sign, because we don't want that to change every single time. So again, to do this, I'm going to say equals. I want to do their points divided by the total points possible. But again, if I leave it like this, so watch, when I drag this down, how did they get 120 points or 120%? Because it changed it from E2 to E3. So it's actually comparing those two numbers. Okay, to prevent that from happening, in front of the cell that you want to stay the same, in front of that number, you hit the dollar sign. So now that will stay the same. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this down. Okay. So I have all the percents for that row, or for that column. Same over here. Equals this divided by this. But I want to make sure that that stays the same, so I'm going to put a dollar sign in front of it. Now I drag it down. Okay. By the way, you could come in here and you could say things like this equals 12 divided by 38. Okay. But what if you have a student that has a 0? So you have a 0, and so you say equals 0 divided by 38. Well, when that student comes in and turns in that assignment, you say that's worth 10 points. Well, that doesn't change your calculation, right? Whereas if I say, let's say this student has a 0, say equals this, their score divided by the total possible. And again, I want it to stay the same, so I'm going to hit the dollar sign. So now that student comes in, and I give them an 11. It changes their percent. Okay? So let me go ahead and drag that up. Let me go ahead and drag this down. Now, if you notice something weird, these are all in percents. These are not in percents. So to change these numbers to percents, I'm going to go ahead and highlight all those numbers. And I'm going to come over here to the number format, and I'm just going to click on percent. And I don't like the decimal point, so I'm going to get rid of some decimal points. So I'm just left with a percent. So there we go. I have all the percentages for all of these assignments. Now, I'm going to go ahead and insert 2 columns to the right of last name. I'm going to call one percent, and I'm going to call one total points. All right, so to get the total points, again, I'm going to come over here, and this one I'll do this way. I could just type in equals sum, but I'm going to go ahead and click this. I'm going to click on sum. I'm going to say this one. Notice when I'm here, it says value 1, comma, value 2, comma, and you just go as many as you want. So I'm going to hit comma. I come over here. I hit the second value, comma, third value, comma, fourth value. And now I can hit enter. So that has totaled up all of the points. Go ahead and drag that down. If I went through that a little fast, okay, You can watch it again, or let me go ahead and do it one more time. So here, sum, I click on the first value, comma, second value, comma, third value, comma, fourth value, enter. All right. Now, how do I get the total percent? Same way I did over here. So this is going to equals the total points I've received divided by the total points possible. Now, when I drag this down, I want that top number to stay the same because everybody has the same possible points. So I'm going to hit the dollar sign in front of the 2. Once I have that, drag it all the way down. I can even drag it up. Now, change this to a percent, highlight them all, and I go up here and I click on percent. And again, I don't like those. Now, you see this, you can add more assignments, but what you're going to have to do is this time you will have to actually change your sum to add that new assignment in. So that's one way that you can do a gradebook just to get you going. So that is all of assignment number 3, or sorry, assignment number 2, the fake gradebook.